Hi folks, welcome to another edition of Embrace the Journey. Glad you're here and glad you're watching another one of our crazy videos. On this video, my son, my daughter-in-law, our two grandchildren went and spent the spring break in New York City, a whole week in New York City. Can you imagine that? These grandchildren, one is 8 and the other is about 5. That's quite an experience for them. They probably won't remember it by the time they're adults, but they'll remember it for the time they're there. Anyway, they have a huge puppy. And puppy, it's one of those doodle dogs, a Labradoodle or something like that. His name is Gary. So we got to keep Gary for the week. And what a dog. We also have our own dog, which is just a small miniature long-haired dachshund, just a little thing, 16 years old dog, can barely hear, can barely see, and here comes Gary, who's like the size of a dinosaur. So it's been an interesting week, to say the least, and Gary likes to get up early. Normally, Karen and I do a deal where we stay up till 12 or 12:30, and then we wake up at 8:30 in the morning. Well, that's not Gary's schedule. Gary likes to be up at about 6:30. This morning he was up at 5. So I have to take Gary outside so he can do his thing. I feed Gary and then I just stay awake. So it's a little draining on me this week, but Gary's so much fun, just so much fun. So I hope you enjoy this one. I hope you enjoy Gary. Great dog. Doodle dogs, fun dogs to have. My son and his family spent a whole week in New York City. Got to see the skyline, got to see Central Station, got to see St. Patty's Cathedral, got to see the buildings, the skyscrapers. What a wonderful trip. And while they were enjoying the city, we were enjoying Gary. What a great dog he is. This weekend we're going to be dog sitting for our son. We're going to have Gary, a Labradoodle. Just kind of a puppy. It'll be fun. We'll see how he gets along with our miniature long-haired dachshund. Could be some competition there. Sure we'll get through the week. I hope. I hope Daisy can. So here we are. We've got Gary. Gary's a big dog. But really, I don't think he's yet a year old. We'll see how this works out. Gary being around on the miniature dachshund. I'll have to show you her too. Gary's a pretty happy dog. He already loves Karen. Here's a typical sight. Dog and fire hydrant. Then there's little Daisy. Daisy is pretty small. Can you imagine what big Gary looks like to her? So this is big old Gary, the doodle dog. Come on, Gary. Come on. He can run. Come on, Gary. Hard to see his eyes. And there he goes. Hard to keep up with that guy. I'll try to get him to say a few words, but I don't think he will. Get a close-up of his head. Can you find his eyeballs? big dogs like Gary, you gotta wonder, who's walking who? Are we walking Gary or is Gary walking us? I don't know. Daisy is actually a 16-year-old pup. Been a good dog. She doesn't see too well. She doesn't hear too well. But she's still a good old dog. I guess she says that's enough of this outdoor stuff. Let's go on inside. We really enjoyed the week we had with Gary. I think he enjoyed his week with us. He wanted to be a lap dog, but he's just so darn big he wouldn't fit. But a great dog, lovely dog. Everybody should have a doodle.